and welcome to Delightful, Delicious, Delovely. My name is Christina Elise, and today I'm going to be making a vegan Gra Prow. Gra Prow, I believe. It is a Thai spicy beef and basil. I'm going to be using this beautiful Thai basil. This is sweet basil. They have holy basil. They have spicy basil. I think that they are probably slightly different. Not to my palate anyway. Not with them side by side to taste. So whichever one you can come across, fine, use that. Otherwise, just use regular basil. If you can't find any of the Asian types. And now I'm going to add a tablespoon of sesame oil to this hot pan. And in it, Gra Prow. To this, sesame oil or coconut oil or any other oil you want to use, I'm going to add half a small onion, half a red bell pepper, and 2 jalapenos. I sliced the onion and the red bell pepper into sort of strips, and I diced the jalapenos. So it's half a small onion, half a red bell pepper, and 2 red jalapenos. Any jalapeno will work. I happened to be at the Thai place. They had red ones. I'm getting rid of this. I'll be right back. Miss Hayden. While this does its thing, and they soften a bit, I'm going to talk about a couple of ingredients I'm going to use. The meat I'm going to be using the beef I'm going to be using is this Sweet Earth seitan, traditional seitan. I'm going to use, how much is this? How many ounces do we have here? 8 ounces in this plastic baggie. I also found today this bizarre stuff at Siloam Thai Market on Hollywood Boulevard. Siloam, S-I-L-O-M. This was like $2.50 or $3, and it's like dehydrated vegan beef. Smells like Thai food. But it's not beef. It says vegan right on it. Vegan. Imitation meat. So I'm going to add this to this just because I have it and get a way to try it. If you live in Los Angeles and you're ever in Hollywood, and you like Thai food, I really recommend that you try both the Bang Luck Market. It's over there by Jumbo's Clown Room on Hollywood Boulevard, and Siloam Market. Bang Luck's on the south side of the street, right next door to a really yummy noodle house, and across from Jumbo's. And Siloam is further on the north side of the street, closer to Western. Both of them are in Thai town proper, I think. But they have, on this show and on my blog, I've talked about it a great deal. They have some pretty incredible stuff, especially vegan meats. The refrigerated section at Siloam has 50 different kinds of vegan crab, vegan shrimp. It look like shrimp. They're shaped like shrimp. Vegan ham, vegan chicken breast with skin on it, vegan scallops, vegan pre-made flavored stuff like sesame, garlic, beef, or orange chicken, or ginger chicken. The pre-made fast foody kind of Panda Express type stuff they have in the freezer department is so good I can never buy it anymore. It's like fucking crack. If I get it under my roof, I have to keep eating it, and it's like fried sugar tofu. It's really good and unbelievably fattening. But they have quite a bit there to experiment with. And at Bang Luck, they have a bunch of canned fake meats, mock chicken, mock duck, all they're all, I think, soy or wheat gluten based. And I know a lot of vegans, some don't do gluten, some don't do soy. What can I tell you? Do what you gotta do, but that's a great resource for stuff, and really cheap produce too. Another option you could do for this, if you don't want to use any of these gluten or soy-based meats, these king trumpet mushrooms, these giant king trumpet mushrooms, people are using them to make ribs. They cut them and make ribs out of them, or they shred them and make pulled pork and pulled chicken out of them. They have a very sort of jackfruity, meaty substitution element to them. And they're not really easy to find at regular supermarkets, but all the Asian markets seem to have them. So if you have an Asian market nearby, I recommend them. There's a lot to experiment with. I think Bosch made ribs out of it. I haven't tried that recipe, but I think that's what they did. So you don't have to use a soy or a gluten-based meat, or you can use tofu, or you can use your own favorite brand of whatever the heck. Uh-oh, my nose is I'm gonna sneeze. On this bowl here, I have 2 pounds of these wide rice noodles. So this is Gra Prow with beef and basil and spicy. I forgot to mention they have the noodles for this dish. It's a noodle dish. So here they are. They come in a 2-pound brick at the market. Both of those markets have them. They cost like $1.49 for the 2 pounds. They are rice noodles. They are vegan. I'm only going to use half of this noodle quantity for this recipe today, but I have to separate them all because you don't separate them under running water. They get clumpy and gross, and it's NG. All right. Now, I guess there's no reason not to add these things, this wacky stuff now. So whatever liquid, oops, shit, poisonous freshness packet fell in there. It doesn't, it's got a very specific smell to it. I hope it softens up. It looks like meat. I know there's vegans out there that don't like to eat things that look like meat or taste like meat or replicate meat. I don't happen to be one of them. That was the seitan, the sweet herb seitan. Oh, so I've been mentioning on this channel a couple times about what a wonderland the frozen section is becoming at almost every supermarket. Today I went to the Gelson's at the bottom of my hill so that I can get raked for 1 bag of groceries and $80 later. But they had 2. They were Gardein pre-done meals, like a rigatoni thing and a chicken fried rice. And then there's a couple of other things here I'll show you that were intriguing. They're expensive, and I don't eat a lot of processed food like that, already made meals, because I cook so much on this channel, and then I have to eat what I make. But the last time I was in there, I found those the field roast Cheo mac and cheeses that I reviewed on the channel here that I like very much. I'm going to cough because of the spices. Hold on. Phew. Anyway, it's gotten to the point where even if you're not a cook, there's an ample amount of vegan options in the frozen department of even mainstream supermarkets. All right. To this, I'm going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce. It's regular low sodium soy sauce. A teaspoon of vegan oyster sauce. Almost all oyster sauces are vegan. It's not made of oysters. It's oyster flavored or mushroom flavored. I'm going to go, this is a mushroom flavored, vegetarian mushroom flavored fake oyster sauce. Oops. Oop, jump right out. Okay. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of dark soy sauce. Now dark soy sauce is dark, it's black. It's inky and black, and it dyes the fake meats into a color that makes them look like they might actually be meat. I'm going to actually go, it's a good healthy teaspoon of that in there. It's very, very dark. So is black vinegar. They're good for making vegan meats look dark, the way the real meat does in Asian dishes. I'm going to add a tablespoon of sambal olek, which is a chili paste. Whoop. And I'm going to add half a teaspoon of agave nectar. Just a bit, like that. A tiny hint of sweet, not a lot. Okay. I don't know how many of you have tried my various Asian dishes. I think the Asian dishes on this channel are the easiest ones. They tend to come together faster than you're able to cook rice. It takes more time to cook rice than it does to put these dishes together. And they pretty much all have some combination of the same ingredients. Also, I like fried shallots. Fried shallots are a really lovely taste on top of any kind of an Asian dish. I've tried to fry them myself. I inevitably burn them. But I found today for like $2.50 this gigantic jar of fried onions, which I guess is no different than the fried onions we get here for putting on top of a green bean casserole, I guess. But they're really cheap, and they would be a nice garnish on any of these dishes. Those also came from either Siloam or Bangkok. If you live in Hollywood, I can't recommend those places highly enough. All right, now I'm going to add about half of these noodles. Actually, before I do that, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to add about half. Alright, reserve those for some other dish. It's coming to the holiday season, and oh, you know what I forgot? Jeez, I'm really forgetful today. I'm so scattered. I'm going to add to this some baby bok choy. That is an optional thing for you. I have it. I'm going to get them. I'll be right back. This is 2 bok choys, 2 heads of bok choy that I cleaned and cut up a little bit. Just stir them in here until they wilt. And then, all you need to add at the very end of this, I'm going to stir in some garlic because I don't want the garlic to burn. I'm going to stir in some garlic and the basil. I think this needs a little bit more soy sauce. Oops, keep spilling things. So I'm going to add a little bit of both. I'm going to add, this is a taste thing too. I just think it's not wet enough. I'm going to add another tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. Another teaspoon of this black. Oops, that was maybe a tablespoon. Oops. Whoops. Okay. It's funny to me how easily Asian dishes come together for me now. I became sort of obsessed with Chinese food and Thai food in high school. There was a program, a scholarship program. We would send a bunch of kids to China for 2 weeks or something, and I interviewed for it. I really wanted it bad. I was obsessed with Chinatown and all things Chinese, and did not get it. I was punk rock and probably did not look like the kind of kid they wanted to be sending over there to represent the United States. But I ate meat back then, and I had very ambitiously tried to make bought Chinese cookbooks and tried to make a lot of Chinese food, and it always was really, really labor intensive with tons of ingredients. It seemed too exotic, and when there was no internet back then. But it was so difficult and intimidating. I never felt like any of it came out very well or was worth the effort that it took. And things like fish sauce, and I guess I was still, my palate was still a little bit tender, and I'd prefer to go to this Thai place that wasn't Thai, it was Vietnamese, called the Saigon Inn. It was a little White Castle hamburger stand in the Combat Zone, which is the hooker porn part of downtown Boston. The Combat Zone, Saigon Inn with a White Castle had been converted into like a little 10-seater Vietnamese restaurant. And I loved the stuff that was there. It was all really inexpensive, all these vermicelli bowls with egg rolls and dipping sauces, and I guess it was hoisin sauce and sriracha and things like that. But I don't know, they seemed very, very exotic and oddly a little funky. And anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to stir in some garlic now. I'm going to use this jarred garlic because in these Asian dishes, it's not really critical to have fresh garlic, and this is just so much easier. So this is about, I'm going to call it the equivalent of 5 cloves of garlic minced. And that's it. That is it. This dish is complete. I would serve this with, garnish it with maybe extra, I can tell the basil. The basil's not in there, yay! So, I'll put some basil in there. This is not any kind of a science. I'm just dropping them in there. They'll wilt like the bok choy. I'm going to call this maybe between a 1/4 cup and a 1/2 cup to taste. Depends how much you like this kind of thing. I really like all forms of basil, so it can't be too basil-y for my palate. If you can get Thai basil, it really does put it over the top as far as it being authentically tasting Thai. There's 2 things that Thai food use that really ratchet up your authentic factor a lot. One is the basil, the other is kaffir lime leaves. These waxy green kaffir lime leaves that smell like a Thai restaurant. Alright. Here's some more. Alright. That is that. I should probably taste one of these weird pieces. They're so big. Has it even softened up? I don't know. I'm gonna taste one though. Oops. I need a knife. I don't have. Here's a knife. It's like beef jerky. Can't cut it. That's not a good sign. Ugh, ew. Ew, maybe it's not dehydrated enough. I mean, reconstituted enough. Oh my god, it's like shoe leather. Alright, well, taste isn't bad, but tastes like Szechuan. Tastes like anise. Star anise. Anise? Is that how you say it? Okay. Ah, okay. No, that's like a dog treat. I'll be picking around those. Wow. Maybe you need to soak them in boiling water first or something. Well, thankfully they would not be difficult to avoid. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, I don't recommend that stuff. Don't buy it. Oh, I need a palate cleanser. I need some of that sweet earth. Okay. That tastes good. Alright. Okay, my camera stopped recording because it stopped at 20 minutes. I guess I was rambling on for 20 minutes there. In closing, yes, that new brand of fake meat is very nasty, and I'll be picking around that, but the dish itself is wonderful. Just don't use that disgusting beef jerky looking stuff. I would serve this, and I would garnish it with lime wedges and cilantro and maybe some extra basil. And yeah, look out for my upcoming Thanksgiving coup de grace. I have a big pastry encased sides and fake turkey inside. This is all inside pastry and croûte, as it were, for Thanksgiving centerpiece, sort of all in one meal. Can be served room temperature. It's great. And also last holiday season I posted gravy, really great gravy that meat eaters love. Cranberry sauce, my friend Beach's raw cranberry sauce, it's incredible, and a stuffing. And I reviewed a bunch of turkeys, fake turkeys, so some of which I really liked. Moxie, and yeah, that's that. So please subscribe, and Mox, please subscribe, and until next time, thank you, and sorry for all the technical problems. Bye.